Jamie. Well, in St. Paul, less than 2 hours remain for lawmakers to wrap up their work for this session. A lot of progress this evening and a lot more work to do. John Croman joins us live from the Capitol with where things are right now.
Hey, Morgan, it's very clear tonight that a lot of the Democrats' top priorities are not going to get done before the clock runs out less than 2 hours from now. Part of that is due to successful filibusters by Republicans, and part of it's due to the time lost over the weekend to negotiations on the rideshare bill. Now, today, the ERA is probably the one, Equal Rights Amendment, that's probably going to be pushed aside. It passed at 4:30 a.m. in the House after 12 hours of debate. House members came back for a day filled with long speeches and burned some of that time just working on arts and crafts projects. But the ERA is yet to make it to the Senate floor tonight, where you expect many hours of debate, especially because this one is different from the one that passed the House is different from what passed the Senate.
And the question really for us is time. It is an issue that we have to debate. It is language that we haven't debated before in the Minnesota Senate. So I really do think if we can get there, we'll take it up. But we have to give ourselves and Minnesotans the time for a debate that is fair.
They have pushed everything. If this was a priority for them, the ERA would have been done weeks ago. But now they've waited till the very last day and the very last hours to have a debate on a bill that we haven't seen the language yet in the Senate.
The other big storyline that emerged today was when Democrats used a rare maneuver to stop a Republican filibuster, and that caused things in the Senate to grind to a halt for a while. And what we're talking about is they were debating the cannabis tweaks bill, and that eventually passed. But to get to that vote, Democrats used what's known as the nuclear option, calling for a roll call before the Republicans had finished talking about it. So Republicans responded with their own maneuvers to try to end the session early.
Calling the question hasn't happened in 15 years. And so I think it's been used a handful of times in the last 25 years. And so to do that on these bills, just so you can get your agenda through on the very last day when you have all these bills, yeah, it makes people pretty upset.
I have been imploring my Republican colleagues to join us and do this work. And they keep laying down roadblocks after roadblocks. In fact, today when we moved the previous question, their first motion in response was a recess for 6 hours.
That didn't happen, but they're still way behind here. Bills that are probably definitely not going to make it. The sports betting bill, they're still debating Uber Lyft. Straw purchasers bill is off. As we mentioned, ERA is out. And sports betting done for the year. They did have some victories, the EMS bill and a bill on the copper thefts, and they did celebrate the Wolves' victory. Morgan, they could all get together and agree on that. They stood up and clapped when they heard about what happened in Denver.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Some sign of unity there over the Wolves. Thanks, Croman.